Hi, welcome to Spittin' a Bit with Billy and Kevin, two old friends who talk about horse racing and, well, probably some other things that'll come up as well. So join us for Spittin' a Bit with Billy and Kevin. All right, so here we are on what is it, October 8th, looking at
Eighth.
Breeders' Cup at the end of the month, and finally got some action in the prep races for the Derby. So let's go there first. What do you
We
think,
do.
Kev?
I
So
think it's a good idea.
which one do you want to talk about
Looking for
first?
looking forward to the Breeders' Cup, but
We'll
we'll
get there.
talk
Yeah.
about that later.
Yeah.
Let's go to Keeneland. It's that we had three qualifying races this past Saturday.
Okay. Okay. Three
Um,
good ones, by the way. You and I both
yeah,
commented on how each of the horses were very intriguing. Well, each of the winners.
in different ways too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they showed something, but they were all showed a little different something.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so let me see here. I was going to bring up, um, give me a second and bring up uh,
it was a good
a,
field. And the winner, Ted Naffy, just I don't know. He looked amazing.
yeah, he looked really smooth. I don't know. I did not handicap that race going in, so I'm not even going to wax poetic at all about if I think it was a strong field or not. I mean, you earlier today mentioned um, there was a winner from a previous qualifying race, the Iroquois, if I'm not mistaken,
No, there we go.
Asmussen,
What are you
right?
sharing there with us? What are you sharing there? Oh yeah, there's the race.
So this is just Equibase
Nice.
final
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
their GPS thing. And I mean, he looked like he was beyond the class of the field. Um,
Yeah, it was almost like it was scripted, and he didn't care what other horses were in the race. It was a uh,
yeah, just
kind of
like
okay.
Ted.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna run this fractions and we're just gonna cruise on in for the win. So, um,
Yeah, and they've already said they're for sure going to the Breeders' Cup. I
that'll
think
be
he's going to
exciting.
be trained uh, at Saratoga, go back to Saratoga. But yeah, Ted Naffy looks like the real deal. We'll
Yeah,
have to see.
Pletcher the trainer. Am I
Um,
right in saying that?
yeah, it's a Fletcher horse, and
Yeah, Fletcher's a beast when it comes to
Johnny
two and
V
3 year olds.
was riding,
Okay.
and it was awesome that if we scroll down here, we can take note on who finished third. That was Baffert horse.
God, again, doesn't take you long to take a shot at Baffert.
No, there's more to come.
With more to
It
come. There
was a
you
good
go.
day. It
Yeah,
was
well,
a good
this
day.
question is, Spice Runner had won a prep race
Yeah,
already.
he won the Iroquois.
Yeah, he ran
Uh,
and won the Iroquois about a month before, and comes into this
yep.
race and he's not one of the favorites. I mean, he
Here's my guess why he didn't. Um, just the quality of field is my guess. Like the
yeah,
Baffert horse ran the G1 at Del Mar Futurity, and that race was rated as a 116, but the Iroquois was rated as a 114 field strength.
hmm
Um, so that's probably why. But and it's the Baffert money too is going to drive it way down. But I mean, Ted Naffy, look at he ran the hopeful at Saratoga this summer, and um, you've got this race up, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that was also rated 116, just like the Del Mar Futurity, but they gave him a 122. He had a triple buyer, so I think that's why. And he won by 8 lengths. He just crushed the field, and he's only had two races, won both of them.
yeah. Again, I go
Um,
back to it's like scripted. He's got the amazing connections with the top
Oh
jockey, top
yeah,
trainer.
right.
Yeah, that's
Spendthrift owns them.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean it's just slam dunk, slam dunk. But I'm sure for the betting because there's only 7 horses, if I'm not mistaken, in the race, and you've got a Baffert horse coming in that's won at Del Mar,
not if he's one of
and
the
Nafi looks like a monster. So all the money was on those 2 horses,
yeah. Okay, I'll
is
give
my
you that.
opinion. He looked great. I mean, he looked great. But even so, like Spice Runner almost lost the jockey going down to his knees coming out of the gate, so it was over before it started for him.
Yeah, what do you do with that? Did you keep your eye on Spice Runner for the next race out and
Oh yeah,
see? Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
because
use
he's got
that.
as many points as winning the. I'm pretty sure the Iroquois is a 10 point race, so he's got the same amount of points as the winner of the American Pharaoh.
Yeah.
You know, so no, I mean, I'm sure that they're just chalked it up to, you know,
Yeah.
he'll be all right.
All right.
I
So
haven't
may
heard where they're gonna send him to, but I know for
no.
sure that Taffy's going to the Breeders' Cup.
Right, which makes sense, you know.
Right.
Um, yeah, and will be one of the favorites, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you though, like last year, East Avenue
Yeah.
won the Futurity.
Well,
Um,
that's what I love about like the fraternity and stuff is okay, you got these great horses who've done some great things, but there's not the it's wide open for a long shot or some horse to come out of there that you just haven't seen yet because these horses are all improving so much every week.
oh yeah, I
You talk
agree.
to any of the trainers and they're going to go, "Oh yeah, my horse is doing great." And you talk to them in private, and they go, "Oh man, we're improving so much." Well, because they're 2 year olds, they're supposed to
Right,
improve a lot. So it's I love 2 year old races because of that. They're so wide open. So
right. No, I agree, and you just don't know. I mean, until
right.
they run up against somebody that thinks they're the top of the class as well.
Oh, the old alpha dog theory. I love that. Like who's
Yeah, for sure. I was just you you were mispronouncing in a funny way um the futurity,
hmm
but like some of the horses that have won the futurity have gone on to some good success. East Avenue, but didn't live up to the billing. Locked, it's had some good races. Forte, um Rattle and Roll still is out there. Nick's Go ended up being a great horse. Um, but I'm not sure when the last one that's won Breeders' Cup Futurity at Keeneland has gone on to win the Breeders' Cup. I'd have to look
no.
that up, but I don't
Yeah.
remember the last one.
All right, that's your homework for our next
Go back.
episode. I want that information. I think that's very so next time we have a podcast, I want our next podcast. I want you to have that information. Who was the last
We'll
horse to win
we'll dig it up. I mean,
the
there's some
Breeders'
great
Cup?
horses that have won. Swale, 49er,
Oh,
um, Boston Harbor won it. Oh,
okay.
Run Dusty Run won it. And if I remember right, didn't Run Dusty Run, was that the Seattle Slew year? Finished second in behind Slew in a couple of those Triple Crown races. Do you remember Run Dusty Run? Finished second in wow, this horse just loved finishing second. Second in the Louisiana Derby, second in the Bluegrass, second in the Derby, third in the Preakness, and second in the Belmont.
Oh, you're right. Good call.
Second in the Traverse. Wow. I mean, that really good horse, but didn't
Horse made a lot of money, but just didn't get its picture taken very often.
you hear him in the announcer's call? But yeah. All right, I got totally off topic.
That's okay. That's good.
Yeah,
What's
so
our
that's
next?
Breeders' Futurity. That really good. We'll see him at the Breeders' Cup if he stays
All
healthy.
right. So Ted and Afi, we're big fans. Big fans, but
Yep.
but it's kind of like working the script, doing what he's supposed to do. Just one of
Yeah,
Fletcher's. So
he crushed the Baffert horse, but it's hard to know what that Asmussen
well,
horse is going to be
and
all
the
about.
times the times weren't that impressive, were they? The fractions they were.
I
Was
mean, it
that
was good, but I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't even be that shook up about it, one way or the other, because um, he just didn't even look like he was had to
no?
work very hard, did
He
he?
ran going away, and yeah, just
Right. But
easily.
his Equibase buyers are similar, better than the last 2 years with Locked and East Avenue, a tick below Forte, and same as Rattle and Roll. So I mean, it's quality. There's no,
Okay.
there's no strike against them, and he wasn't really challenged. So I think there's a lot more in the tank with that horse. At least it looked like it.
The other two races, though, the times were better, weren't they?
Well,
Or am I not calling that
the
correctly?
Champagne is a one-turn race at
Oh, yeah.
um, so we'll have to see. But I mean that we'll get to those fractions when we do that race because that's only a mile race. The Champagne and the
Right.
American Pharoah, I think it's mile 16th as well.
Hmm.
Um, and those are just usually, and it seems that Santa Anita plays faster anyway. Um, but even then, that's hard to tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
All right.
that's all I got to say about
What do you
that.
want to go to next? Which one?
We'll go out to the West Coast.
All right. American Pharoah.
Yep, Santa Anita had the American Pharoah on
That was a very exciting race.
Saturday as well. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Speaking of liking to cheer against Bob Baffert, it wasn't looking good there for a while. But of the races, this is the one I'm not sure what to think about
Right.
yet.
Right.
Uh, you know, because the well, here I should
Intrepido, is that
yeah.
who ended up that's the winner, right?
Yep.
And
Um,
Mullins' horse, Mullins trained
yes,
that.
Jeff Mullins and Hector Barrios. Does he pronounce it Barrios or Barrios?
I think I
It's
don't know.
Barrios, I think,
I
isn't it?
think so. Yeah, Barrios. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it the last 2 years, like last year, Citizen Bowl won that race,
Hmm.
and Muth won it for Baffert the year before. Year before that, Cave Rock. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous how well Baffert has done in the American Pharoah. Like going back to 2018, he's won one, two, three, four, five, six of the eight.
Oof.
Um, I know. When he had what do you have? Four of the six horses in the race.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Intrepido had to get through a little bit of traffic. Um, that looked good. Equibase gave him a triple digit buyer 101. And that last 100 yards that he really kicked it in,
Oh my gosh.
but
Yeah.
for sure, the horse is on the lead. Well, at least Baffert's horse was running out of gas. Um, Desert Gate, right? Yeah, it was Desert Gate that
Yeah,
was
and it
in
looked like the two horses were dueling down the stretch, and then Intrepido just comes in the outside and just goes
yeah, I
right,
mean,
just sneaks
and it
by
didn't
him.
even, yeah, for sure. You could tell that Hector was asking him for more at the beginning of the stretch, and he just was kind of loping along. But the Baffert horse, the longest he had run was 7 furlongs.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but it was at Del Mar and it was a G1. Previous to that, he'd won his first two races. So we'll see. I mean, it's maybe he needed that race, and that's why I'm a little hesitant to get too jazzed about Intrepido, but it
Well,
was
no,
fun. It was a really entertaining race.
super fun. And that was my question for you. Is this Intrepido did Intrepido run a kind of his perfect race or the best we're going to see from him? I mean, that was a pretty ridiculous stretch run.
Yeah.
Can he duplicate it? Can he, do that? And that style of horse, it's tough to make a living doing what he just did, you know, to count on making
Right,
that run. Yeah. So,
right. Well, and so it'd be fun to watch him. When Baffert's got four horses in the race, and like on Briz ratings, running style. I mean, the Christofferson is an E6, Balboa was an E8. Of course, I mean that's a Baffert thing. Maybe they end up being EP horses, um, but I guess what I'm saying is he had the ability to control the pace. I was surprised that the his horse that had run on the grass previously, Plutarch, ran so well.
hmm.
Um, and he's a closer, but um, it was just fun to watch Baffert get beat.
Well, here's speaking of Baffert, having four horses, interesting to watch in the paddock. Who does he go to? I mean, which
Right.
horse does he help, talk to the jockey and hang out? He can't get to all four of them before the race. And, um,
Well, and you said that when we were at the San Diego Derby a couple years ago.
yeah,
Um, off the top of my head, I cannot remember who his favorite was in that race, but it was that day that Frankie won. What was it, like six races in
seven.
a
I think he
row?
won seven that day. It might have been six, but he was on fire.
Crazy. Yeah, but that's who he was with in the
Right.
paddock, and
Yeah,
that
and
wasn't the
it's like,
favorite.
wait, that's not the favorite. And then of course that's the horse that wins. So I don't
Right.
know. I don't know if that'll always work, but watch who when he has multiple horses, who does he give the attention to beforehand is probably
Right.
who he thinks at least is gonna have the best shot at
And
winning.
I didn't watch that race live, so I didn't see
Yeah, I
anything.
didn't either. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just have to see how Intrepid progresses and see if that those two Baffert horses progress too. I mean, I
Right.
suspect um
At least up through the Derby, they'll keep
yeah, at least
progressing.
Desert State will make some noise because he ran a really solid race. It just looked like he ran out of gas. There's a big difference between a mile and 16th and 7 furlongs, so we'll see.
Yeah. Hey,
We
let's
shall
talk.
see.
Let's talk about the champagne.
Yeah, the champagne was the most entertaining, I think. Um, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm very intrigued by Napoleon Solo. Just did his thing. Yeah, it was
Oh gosh, it was
that that
fun.
that horse was unbelievable. And just went out and took the race and never gave it up. Just I was expecting him to fade, I was expecting him to somebody to make a move on him, and he's the one that made the move. He had the lead and punched it up even more. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
huge fan
his
of
fractions
Napoleon Solo.
were awesome. 22 and 5, 44 and 2, and 6 furlongs and 107.8. And
Yeah.
he just kept going. 120 for 3 quarters, and he didn't look like he was. I mean, he looked like he was gearing him down a little. So we'll have to see. And I had not. Uh, Again, I didn't handicap any of these races, and just for fun to sometimes I just like to watch and see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
this one was really a fun one to watch.
yeah, because I mean he ran in Saratoga this summer and won by 5, and it was a good buyer, but it was made in special weight. Um,
So this was only a
and
second race.
second race, yeah.
Yeah.
So he still hasn't run 2 turns, but man, he demolished that group, and those fractions were ridiculous.
Big
And
question.
he ran a similar, at least first um, 2 fractions. He ran 22 and 3 at Saratoga and 45 and 3. But man, he didn't look like he was troubled. And going into this race, he had three bullet works in a row.
Just a
He was
fast,
so
fast
good.
horse.
Yeah,
Question for you. Where's he racing next?
sure.
He gonna make it out to Breeders' Cup, you think?
I don't know. I when I read some stuff beginning of the week, they seemed kind of non-committals, which doesn't surprise me. Um, like they don't have to go. There's plenty of
No,
races
no.
between, like um, what's the Remsen comes up in November too, and that's a mile and an eighth at in New York. Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know a lot about Chad Summers,
Yeah, I
the
don't either.
trainer for that.
No.
But I mean, he had Rosario on, and yeah, it was pretty impressive. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I wanna keep an eye on when he's running next because I want to watch him. I want to see if he's just that fast. And two, like you say, getting him around two turns, that's gonna be the next step. How does he handle two
Right,
turns? And um,
right.
yeah, yeah, but that
Um,
he might be a fun one
I
to win the
mean,
Derby.
oh yeah, for if, at least fun to keep an eye on. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a Scat Daddy, Liam's Map, Unbridled Song. He looks good.
yeah,
That was a fun race.
yep.
Very fun.
Question, I'm
Uh,
not sure you'll know the answer to. The prep races for the Derby. What's the next one? Is it the Breeders' Cup one, or is that not a prep considered a prep race? Do you get points for that?
oh no, that's a prep race. Yeah, you get
Yeah.
points for that. Hang on a quick second. I inadvertently shut down my Derby prep schedule. But yeah, the Breeders' Cup Futurity or the Juvie, excuse me, that first day of the Breeders' Cup is a qualifying race. I think it's a 20-point race, if I'm not mistaken. Um, all right, so we've had some of the international races in the Iroquois. Um, a couple more. The Street Sense is at Churchill on October 26th, so we can take a look at that race. And then after that is the Juvenile. Oh, it's actually a 30-point race 15, 9, 6, and 3 for the Breeders' Cup Juvie. But then you're getting into um, late fall, the Kentucky Jockey Club. And then, like I said, the Remsen is the first weekend in December, but that's a mile and an eighth. Then La Salle Futurity, Gun Runner at New Orleans, and Remington at Remington Park. Anyways,
Some fun ones. We got a lot to talk about.
yeah, the next one coming up that we will take a look at would be the Street Sense.
Okay. Hey, all right. Well, let's talk some racing. What do you got for us, Kevin, this weekend? What do you handicap?
The Queen Elizabeth is happening on Saturday, the 11th. Uh, G1 mile and eighth. Now the turf at Keeneland. Um,
Phillies?
Fillies, sorry, yep. 3-year-old fillies.
Perfect. Perfect,
So
perfect.
yeah,
All right.
there's some interesting horses. Let me see here. Can I got a little bit too much sun the last 2 days. Can I screen share?
Yeah, please.
Let me know if it pops up.
It popped up. We're good to go.
All
We see
right.
what.
Here's what we got. So yeah, field of nine. um, One of our favorites is actually who I have on top, and I don't think, at least looking at the morning line, um, maybe third or fourth um, on the morning line. But Lush Lips, Brendan Walsh horse.
Oh, yeah,
Kind of,
you bet on that horse before.
well, how can you resist? Um, so yeah, so far the horse has done really well. Been in the money 7 out of 9 times. Won 3 races this year, 4 places. Ran a really good race last out at Delmar, mile and eighth, the Delmar Oaks. Um, One of those classic turf races where one horse came up the inside, all the front runners are starting to slow down, and Tyler went out to the outside, and it looked like for a while Lush Lips was going to win that race, but I think it was Velocity, if I remember right, um, came through on the rail and held him off. But it was a really good race. Um, and I don't believe this horse has run at Churchill, but I don't think his run. Nope, has not run
Nope.
yet at Keeneland.
Yeah, I don't see any Keeneland in there.
Um, but also another one that um Brendan, I think. Well, actually, I'm not sure if he brought him over, but I mean, he started out in Ireland, so
Okay. Well,
looking. But I don't think it's gonna. I don't think Lush Lips will go off as the favorite. I think the number 2 horse, uh, Laurelin. I think that's what they were pronouncing it, Saratoga. I'm not sure if it's Laureline, but I think it's Laurelin. And Laurelin is a crisp 5 for 5
5 for
in her
5.
races. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And won G2 um, up at Saratoga this summer. Um,
How do you not like this horse? How do you think
well,
I mean, I'm not gonna say
and
you're not betting
yeah,
against it. I'm sure you have this horse in on your bet somewhere, but how do you
yes, I do. I have it pretty close, but uh, we're gonna have to see. Well, that's turf racing too. I mean, I don't have any way to prove this on buyer speed figures, but you and I've talked about this in the past.
Mhm.
To me, those buyer speed figures with turf races are seem more influenced by the pace. So if it's a fairly slow pace, to me, it and a horse can overcome that. I don't feel like they get the buyer that they necessarily deserve sometimes. But it was a hot pace for certainly for the Lush Lips last race. Um, really hot. Can you still see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah. So both the first 2 calls were pretty fast, but the horse likes to close. And Laurelin, it was a fairly hot pace too, but it doesn't seem to matter because the race before that at Penn National, non-graded stakes, that was a really slow pace and still won. So it's a deserving favorite for sure because
Hmm.
so far in her 5 races, whether it's a slow pace or a hot pace, and it's been every other, literally. Her first race was slow, second race was kind of mediocre, then it was a hot pace, but she's won no matter what. So it's going to be tough to overcome, but I have her in the money, but I'm taking a shot with Brendan's horse on the rail. There's
Okay,
an intriguing.
can we go
Oh,
back
go
to
ahead.
that? Tell me what you're seeing at Keeneland. What do you know about the post positions and the turf races? Is that Lush Lips
I
coming
think
out of the first post? Is that a problem?
at a mile and an eighth, it wouldn't bother me none. Um, and and Tyler's done really well over the last few years at Keeneland, and especially on the turf. I don't see it being a problem.
Okay.
Um, and it's a field of nine. I don't feel like he's going to get crushed at the rail, and it's not, it's a long ways to find your spot.
Okay.
Um, so
But
personally, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't know what to make of. There's a horse coming in from Europe. It's raced in Ireland, Great Britain, and France. Um, the race ratings are pretty awesome, but um, has not run anything by what I'm seeing over a mile yet.
mm,
Um, but size is on board, so that's sort of the wild card.
yeah.
Um,
Now I know, like we've talked before about like horses coming from Great Britain. That their turf, correct me if I'm wrong, but their turf is softer and deeper. So when they get here to the United
yeah, I
States, it
mean that's
usually
what.
kicks up a tick, right?
Well, I guess it just depends on the horse. I
Yeah.
would assume. I know that like um, Misty Memories,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, Brendan brought that horse over strictly because, and that could be the case here too. He, we're just talking about a horse that we have some interest in, but when Brendan brought the horse over, that was the whole reason he brought it over. Is he didn't think the horse um, liked that deep turf and would do much better on American turf racing. So it's possible that that's why
Yeah.
they're coming over.
Something to
Because
watch.
the horse, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, its last race finished third, but the graded races, the two prior to that, finished 10th and 11th. So,
Okay. So you're gonna need a big move out of this, or something big, and it might be the different turf. But
right.
yeah,
So, don't know what to make of that. The
yeah, I would stay away from
other
it
horse that
personally.
I
But
was interested in is the horse that was battling Laurelin up at Saratoga, a Chad Brown horse, Opulent Restraint. Ended up fading up at Saratoga. That was a mile and 3/16. But that last race that Laurelin won um, made a good showing. Seven races so far, two wins, but five in the money. So another interesting horse. Um, and then the last horse that I have any interest in is way out on the outside. Um, Brad Cox's horse that Flavian's riding. Um,
we always gotta respect his horses on the turf, right?
yeah, for sure. And one um, up at Kentucky Downs, you know,
Mhm.
never know which horses are going to like that track, but has won the last three races, all graded stakes, a G1 and a couple G3s. Um,
Wow.
so in my money, if you're not sure what to do with that horse coming in from Europe, I have at 1,529, but we shall see.
1529. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so in other words, the Fionn, the Brad Cox horse, it's going to depend on how hot of a pace it is, I think. But the horse closes like gangbusters. If it's a slow pace, I'm really intrigued by the Chad Brown horse, Opulent Restraint.
yeah.
Uh, that's who ran third against Laurelin in the last race. And your morning line favorite will for sure be Graham's horse, Laurelin.
Yeah, yeah. Without a doubt. Okay, so how do you bet something like this? Okay, you got four horses you like. Um, you don't have one that you're like, oh, this horse is way better than everybody else. I mean, I know you like the one, but how much do you like the one over the other three?
Well, with the odds, I like the one.
Yeah, well, for sure. But
Um,
how you betting it? Are you betting it to win? You betting? You do going
yeah, I
exotics? You doing
mean,
some
in my opinion, I
exactas,
would
some
bet
tries?
most of my money. Yeah, I'd go on Lush Lips to win, but I would also go after the exacta.
Okay, how would you play the exacta?
I would well, again, it's going to depend. Well, not again. It's always going to depend on the odds, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Um, but if I'm getting good odds on, a few of those horses in the top 4 or 5 that I like, I might even box them. Um,
You'd box all
but
four?
what I would do most likely is to wheel the number one horse, Lush Lips.
You'd box Lush
Uh,
Lips with the other three.
yeah, but I'd wheel it, put the other 3 on top of Lush Lips, and then I'd do another one with Lush Lips on top.
Yeah, so you'd box them all. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I just really like all of outside of the Kentucky Downs um race, when the horse first came over from Ireland. The rest of the races since Brendan has been awesome. 3 firsts and 3 seconds. I just
okay.
really feel, and like 2 back, 3 back, you know, um, those were key races. Nitrogen one came back to win its next race each time, and Lush Lips finished second to Nitrogen each time. Those two are graded stakes races. I I just think it's the type. I think Lush Lips. She's the type of horse that's going to make a run at whoever's in front of her,
Well, hope
and I think you're
so.
going to decent odds. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, let me quick check. But I think I'll stop screen sharing. I'm pretty sure that the morning line is 5-1. Yeah, Lush Lips is 5-1, and Laurelin is 5-2. Um, if you own the number nines, 3-1, and Opulent Restraints 4-1.
All right.
So
You'll get it. I like this play. I like it a lot. Um, got a little bit of
yeah, the
odds
only
and
wild card is what's going to happen with the shipper.
yeah, I could blow everything up.
It could. Um,
I don't think so though, but it could.
yeah, it could. It certainly has ran high class races in Europe and made a showing. But I figure with an exacta you'd be okay, and that's the main reason I probably would steer away from a trifecta because I don't know what to make of that horse.
Okay. Fair enough.
There you go,
All
Lush
right.
Lips.
Lush Lips in
That's
the
right.
Queen Elizabeth II Stakes at
Trainer
Keeneland.
that we're both big fans of.
Brandon Walsh is a he's a good one, especially turf horses.
He's a gem. I wish there
Yeah.
were more trainers like him. It would be horse racing be better off.
Be better with guys like him. All right. Well, hey,
Yep.
let's wrap it up. Next time
All right.
we'll continue to talk.
Spit the bit another time.
Yeah, we'll spit the bit about Derby preps and we're getting close to Breeders' Cup, Kev. Awful
Yeah,
close.
I'm looking forward to it. 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. So I guess we
I
got to
think so.
talk
I
some
think three
Breeders' Cup going into it. So
3 weeks from now, I'll be in Los Angeles. We'll be heading down.
we will. All right.
All right.
Well,
We'll see
take
how the
care.
Queen Elizabeth goes, and we'll reconvene.
Perfect. All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.